Trust me.
Oh, don't worry. I gotta back up. Thank you. Life is composed of many pieces that can be put together in several different ways. Unlike a static jigsaw puzzle where you separate out all the edges, put them together and fill in the rest using the convenient pretty picture on the box. Those puzzles can only be done in one way, regardless of your ethnicity, religion, gender, politics, or socioeconomic level. Interactive life puzzles, however, are a beast in comparison. None of the pieces fit together in a neat picture. The infinite number of pieces can be put together and interpreted in an infinite number of ways and are only limited by one's lifetime. An entire lifetime of collecting pieces of the puzzle, either making sense of it or not. Pieces may or may not have meaning. Each piece has no more value than any other piece until it's part of something meaningful. And we don't even agree on what's meaningful or not. Puzzling, isn't it? We are not creating the same overall picture, even with access to the same pieces of information. Some have a financial or political obligation to interpret the puzzle in a logic-defying manner, like saying the way to curb gun violence is more guns, or by blaming mental health issues for violence perpetuated by guns, and then taking away affordable health care, which would help remedy those mental health issues. Now, just throw free will into the mix. Could you imagine when opening a jigsaw puzzle box and the individual pieces had free will? They could flip themselves over to hide what's printed on the other side or change their picture. Edges could become curvaceous and vice versa. Or a certain group of pieces could refuse to join with other pieces, regardless that they are all part of the same puzzle. We're all puzzle piece collectors, dragging around our incomplete collections. Over time, even the pieces we've lugged around for so long become misshapen, not truly representing what they originally stood for. Pieces that loomed so heavily on us when we were children have been long buried and forgotten until something random triggers its activation. Upon reflection, we may detect patterns in those pieces most personal to us while being mere buoys rising and falling in the change of pieces that affect our community. And let's not forget those historians emphasizing the winning side's interpretation of the puzzle while conveniently omitting those pieces that mar its pretty view of the past, perpetuating those glossy celebrations of decorative pieces of history, magically filling in the factual gaps with lore, exaggeration, adult fairy tales, and outright lies. Whenever someone wishes to return to the good old days, I always wonder which part of the past are they conveniently forgetting or oblivious to, which existed back then that even those old-time contemporaries didn't like and finally looked further back, since all those modern-day new and improved pieces with their jagged edges still pierced into the pretty picture they were trying to make with those inflexible pieces. There's never been a golden age of human beings or civilization. They all rise and fall. We are the same vicious assholes we've always been. Despite technology, innovations, living longer, access to creature comforts, those in the good old days could never imagine. Yet, our species will still drag around a self-destructiveness which manifests itself in the form of greed, jealousy, hate, irrational reactions to the unknown, especially when the unknown is in the form of another human being, with such perceived differences that the fearful forgets their humanity. And therein lies our self-destruction. Not really new and improved, just reinvented with the latest upgrades to handle the same old shit we've struggled with all along. The picture on the puzzle pieces may look different, but it's the same struggles as before. Always some group who view themselves as being above the law and deserving more than others, using the same tried and true strategy of divide and conquer with whichever modern twist that gives the illusion of something different, but it's all the same old puzzle. No matter which pieces you get in life, it's all the same puzzle. Make the best picture you can. So, I do have pieces of the puzzle. I'll give you two because you guys have two hands. And within the bag, you can make whichever piece of the 80s. Somehow we got a psychic connection here with the 80s, but if you'll notice, the theme of the puzzles on my shirt is, I gave you three? Okay, I gave you three, I can't count. But after putting together a 1,000-piece puzzle, it does get a little blurry-eyed. So, within the bag, you do have a complete piece of the puzzle, and you can do whatever you want with them after you put it together, or, no, I'm giving everybody two. So I give you three as well, you know, they're multiplying in this bag. So here you go. And you can repurpose it however you want. I made a t-shirt, but however you want to do your piece of the 80s. You can go back in time if you want, if you thought that was the golden age, however. Where? T-shirt 70. No, I got enough for everybody. Yeah, everybody's getting two, one for each hand. That's right. And I may have passed out gifts, but the man who is something like a hybrid Santa is up next. Please welcome Tom the World Poet.